Okay, guys, I'm here for my review of the Starrcade 1985. This event is on November the 28th, 1985, from two locations: the Greensboro Colisuem in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. This is where Vince McMahon got the idea to do WrestleMania 3 in WrestleMania 2 in 3 different cities. And Vince tried to one up the NWA by doing WrestleMania 2 in 3 cities when they only did it in 2. And they rotated the number of matches. So our opening match is the NWA Mid-Atlantic Championship match. Sam Houston versus Krusher Krusher, which, for those of you who want some history, Krusher Krusher is actually Smash a Demolition. And his title was a vacant championship at the time. So, decent little match here. It's 1.5 stars, so a 2-star match by today's standards. Krusher Krusher wins and becomes the Mid-Atlantic champion. So then we have a Mexican death match. The Raging Bull Manny Fernandez versus Abdullah the Butcher. This is a very weird idea, because to win this match you have to climb a pole and get Manny Fernandez's sombrero. I don't really know what the point of that was, but it's a 1-star match in 1985, so that makes it probably a half-star match today. But for 1985 standards, a 1-star match with Manny Fernandez winning. So then we get a Texas Bullrope match. Ron Bass versus his former partner Black Bart. This is a 1.5-star match. And if Ron Bass won, he would get a 5-minute Bullrope match against James J. Dillon. Ron Bass did win with a pile driver. This is not a Bullrope match where you have to touch all 4 corners. This is basically a wrestling match that can be won by pinfall or submission, but you have the Bullrope tied to you. So Ron Bass wins and he gets the 5-minute, and this Bullrope match is 1.5 stars. So then that's followed by the 5-minute Texas Bullrope match of Ron Bass taking on James J. Dillon. No stars for this match, and because this does count as an actual match on the card. No stars here, and James J. Dillon wins after Black Bart nails Ron Bass, allowing JJ to win. So then we get a match that's a mixture of 2 matches, an arm wrestling match and a grudge match. The match is between Superstar Billy Graham and the Barbarian. It starts with an arm wrestling match. Billy Graham wins the arm wrestling portion of it by DQ, and then we get to the actual match. Now this whole thing is a half-star together, so Billy Graham wins the entire thing by disqualification. Then we get the National Championship match. Terry Taylor versus the Nature Boy Buddy Landel, but he was not known as the Nature Boy at this time. Very good match here. 2.5 stars. Landel wins when James J. Dillon pushes Taylor off the top rope and Landel falls on second rope doing a superplex, and Landel falls on him to get the win. Good match here. So then we get the National Tag Team Championship match. Yes, the NWA had 2 sets of tag titles. As it's Ole and Arn Anderson, or the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, if you will, who are actually the World Tag Team Champions, or no, the United States Tag Team Champions, and they're taking on Wahoo, McDaniel, and Billy Jack Haynes, who are the World Tag Team Champions, or something like that. I don't know. Sometimes the NWA can get confusing with all these tag titles, because they have like 3 at a time. Anyway, this is a okay match. It's 1.5 stars. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew win. So then we get probably the most famous match on this card, or at least a match that most people would probably say is one of the greatest matches in the history of the NWA. The I Quit cage match for the NWA United States Championship. Tully Blanchard versus Magnum TA. A lot of people give this match 5 stars. I give it 4.5. It's a good match, and don't get me wrong, it's phenomenal. The only reason it's 4.5 stars is Tully Blanchard kicking the referee makes no sense in this match. It doesn't make any sense to have that because this is an I Quit cage match. So it doesn't really make any sense to do that. Because you can do whatever you want anyway. There's no reason to kick the referee. Once you get older and get analytical, you realize that. But this is a very good match. Magnum TA wins. Of course, Magnum TA, of course, we all know, or, well, I'm going to enlighten you about Magnum TA here, because some people may not know this. Magnum TA was really slated to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at Starrcade 1986 against Ric Flair. However, the match never happened because Magnum TA was in a career-ending car crash. That ended his career, and he never wrestled again, and he's made very few wrestling-related appearances since that day in 1986. But he definitely never wrestled again, so Nikita Koloff took his place in the match. But I'll get to that with 1986, and I'll probably delve into that more in the 1986 Starrcade review. So then we get an Atlanta street fight. The Midnight Express versus Jimmy Valiant and Miss Atlanta Lively. Miss Atlanta Lively, by the way, is Ronnie Garvin dressed in drag. Yeah. So, this is a half-star match. Nothing special here. Jimmy Valiant and Miss Atlanta Lively / Ronnie Garvin win. So then we get a cage match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. And we're back in Greensboro for these final 2 matches, by the way. Or we're in the Omni in Atlanta or something for these final 2 matches. One of the 2. Anyway, we have a steel cage match for the NWA World Tag Team Champions, as it's Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff taking on the Rock and Roll Express. Great match here. 2.5 stars. Which, by the standards of today, would be a 3-star match today, so the Rock and Roll Express win and become the World Tag Team Champions. Good match, though. Great match. So then we get a rematch from Starrcade 85. The NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. This is a 4-star match. So it's actually better than their match they had at Starrcade 84. Dusty Rhodes wins via roll-up and wins the World Championship, or so it thought. The decision was later that Dusty Rhodes won by DQ due to interference by Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson. It was later dubbed that Dusty Rhodes won, but he won by DQ. And he would win the World Championship during the Great American Bash Tour of 1986. So, everything for this show will be down in the description box as it normally is. Next video in this series will be Starrcade 1986. So, stay tuned for that. That'll be uploaded tomorrow. That'll be uploaded sometime tomorrow. If you liked the video, hit the like button down there. Hit the subscribe button down there. And thank you for watching.